Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Flash, and thank you again for joining me with another Marvel Snap video. So on this video, I would like to get into some of the free-to-play elements that I had spoken about in one of my first videos that I hear when I started making Marvel Snap videos not too long ago. And I want to get into the kind of the fine details of what it's like to be free to play and how viable is it kind of long term. Now, I had my initial thoughts and I had some ideas about how that might work, and I remain steadfast in the stance that Marvel Snap is free to play. It is free to play. It can be completely used as in a free to play, type of in a free to play way, and it can be fun. It can be fun to do it that way, and that's great. However, I have noticed some dangerous ground and some thoughts that I want to share about how viable that actually is on a whole scale. And I will say that, as I may have mentioned before, I did start a free-to-play account, completely free-to-play, haven't spent a dime and never will, because I wanted to get a feel for what that was really like, right? And what that could be for new players that didn't want to spend not a red cent on this game. So I will pull up my free-to-play account here, right? And so here are a few things that you should know. One, the max amount of credits you can have at any one time in Marvel Snap is 10,000. Okay. And this account is, as you can see, hovering around that number. I hit 10,000, maybe a few days ago, and sometimes it drops a little over, it drops a little below, and I get it back. Now, here's the problem. When you hit 10,000 and 10,000 is your max, you can no longer complete missions, right? Because missions give you credits. And once you hit 10,000 max, you cannot earn more credits. It stalls at 10,000. Now, if like right now I have 9950. If I completed a mission here that had 100, it would put me over 10,000, but again, same rules would apply. I wouldn't be able to gain anything after. Which can be problematic. If you're unable to complete missions, then they'll just stockpile, right? Then you'll just be sitting on 6, and these 2 free refills that you get every 8 hours will be null and void. And then you'll just be wasting time and resources. You won't be gaining anything from playing because these missions won't go completed. Now, of course, there's the offshoot where you can gain, if you happen to still have space on your weekly part of the weekly chapters, you can complete some of those. You can still complete those because that just keeps your season pass going, right? And the thing of it is, again, when you're free to play, if you come, I'll kick over here to the season pass whenever it wants to load, right? And I don't know why it brought me to that screen, but when it gets there, when you get to the season, in the season pass, in the tiers of the season pass, you can get boosters, you can get credits, you can get all of those things that help to further your track in the game, further your progress in the game. And you get variants, just those card backs, those different things along the way, credits. But of course, if you hit that tier where you get to see thing season credits, you can't claim that, right? Or if you get a cash as credits, you can't claim it. So see here, right now I'm at the next one. The next free tier here is 100 credits. Now, once I get the 50, right, from the free, I won't be able to I won't be able to claim that. So you see, there's an interesting dynamic at play here. And I wish I could see what card this is. 610. If it's She-Hulk, I'm buying it right now. It has to be. It's a 610. It has to be She-Hulk. We'll put a pin in that. No pun intended. So I'll get my 50 free. Now I'll be at the 10,000 max. Now again, the problem remains with the long-term problem. Ugh, helicarrier. Ugh, gross. Didn't keep that. The long-term problem, which is that means that on some level, is Second Dinner suggesting that you need to spend something on this game? Now, if you had the season pass, there's a way to get through. You get more boosters. Buying the season pass helps you get, boom, more boosters. A lot of more boosters means you can burn through those credits, upgrade your cards. See, because as it stands here right now, I have one card that I can upgrade. One. The boosters come in very slow when you're free to play. The collection level progression is slower. Your season pass progression is slower. And then you hit a wall. Right? And the wall is 10,000 credits. And once you hit that wall, there isn't a lot you can do. Can you still play the game? Sure. But what are you gaining? Otherwise, it's just for, just having kicks. You're just having fun. You're not gaining anything from at that point. Yeah, sure, you can complete the missions that you have backlogged, or probably at that point all 6 of them, but you can't claim any of them till you get your hands on some boosters. Then you have to hope that you can gain a season pass track, right? That get you some boosters. But again, you get boosters from playing. See, I'm playing a deck that literally says booster because I just threw a random assortment of cards in there that were either like gray borders or green borders. And I was like, okay, I can get some boosters. Then I can, it's a very difficult kind of grind when you're completely free to play because there's this wall that you hit. Now, granted, if you're spending a lot of money in the game, or even like me, like I said, middle of the road, spending money on the season pass, you hit certain walls, but you complete your missions for the day, then you can come back, you can do some more missions, come back a little later, you're trying to improve your rank, all of those things. And yes, you can always be trying to improve your rank, even if you're on free to play. But again, the wall doesn't help because they take these credits, and when you're stockpiling credits like this, the game assumes that you're stockpiling credits to slow your collection growth, which in the past was a way for you to get weaker competition and probably hit infinite easier. But because it doesn't do it like that anymore, the game will now put you up. I'm level 35 on this account, and I've seen Thanos decks, I've seen Shuri decks, I've seen decks that were clearly players that were Series 3 complete and had a bunch of Series 4 cards as well. So there's a broken element in this game, and we're all aware of it. We're worried about the broken matchmaking system. It doesn't really work as it should. Ranked needs to be fixed. It needs to be a true ranked mode that works a lot better, right? Players need to be matched up by rank, not by the phantom MMR that works in the background that doesn't reset from month to month, or from season to season. Same thing. I will admit that naturally, no, this game isn't perfect. Few games are. This game is very good, but it has flaws. It has some flaws, and this is definitely one of them. Because I don't like the suggestion that you probably have to spend some money on this game. Now, granted, that's a thing, it's mobile games, I know, I get it, but to be fair, a lot of mobile games now are like, hey, you know, you don't have to spend any extra money in this game. And I've said it before, with Marvel Snap specifically, they don't throw a lot of things at you. See, like, this is just the main screens here. They're not, and aside from this season pass, this kind of promotion of the season pass, they're not throwing a lot of things at you that are like, hey, buy something. Like, I'm playing a lot of Street Fighter Duel. Every tab has a thing that says, here, buy something. $3, $5, $8, $10, $50. It's constantly throwing things at you to, hey, spend a little money, spend a little money. And Marvel Snap doesn't do that, which is a great thing. That's still a great thing. So while I don't love this problem that kind of suggests, hey, if you're completely free to play, you might have to spend a little bit of money to help further along a little bit quicker. While I don't love that, it's not egregiously predatory. And again, as I've said before, they have to make some money somewhere. And this isn't the scummiest thing, because again, it's not preventing you from playing the game. You can still play the game. You can still improve your rank. All those other things will just be slower. Then you have to put cards in you might not normally play with, just to get boosters, so you can get those credits out of your hand and get the credit train moving again. It's kind of a back and forth. It can go either way, and how you feel about it is up to you. And you know, I don't know. Take that for what you will, right? But I say, for me, you know, if you're enjoying this game as much as a lot of us are, just get a season pass. Throw developers some money. Help them to help us in fixing some of these problems, which there aren't many. They're there, and sometimes they can be a little glaring, but that's how this ebb and flow works. We spend a little money, they take the money, fix the problems to a certain degree, obviously, right? But the fact that they're at least still listening is good. That at least goes a long way. And with all of that being said, I would like to thank you again for joining me, spending some time with me talking about this stuff. If you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it, just hit the like button. Let's get this out there to some more people. And thank you. I'm Flash. This is another Marvel Snap video. I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.